I mean, you just got pummeled by that team. I mean, they whipped your tail end all over the field right there, and you're going to show lack of respect? Well, guess what's going to happen again? You're going to get your ass kicked again by them if you play them again, because they're going to be like, oh, really? Oh, well, you thought that was bad? Wait till this ass whipping. And to me, that was total disrespect. How you do that to a team in the NFL? Just admit, they out-physicaled you. They were the better team that day. And move on. I don't know, Micah Parsons, I love you as a player, but that was a punk move.
Well, the honest-to-God truth is this. You can't be a Dallas Cowboys and not hear what's going on outside, not hear the perception. You know, Dak Prescott says, y'all built us up to be this. We know who we are. Well, who are you?
Right.
Apparently, or we thought you were the team we were building you up to be. We thought you were a team that could go out and win a Super Bowl. And to win a Super Bowl, every week you need to step up. There is no playing down to anybody in the NFL. All of these people are professionals. All of these people are paid millions of dollars. And championship caliber teams approach every game in that manner. That's not what the Dallas Cowboys did. And also, too, champions respond. Right? When you get punched in the mouth, you don't cower, you don't run in the corner, you don't ask your trainer, how do I come out and fight? You get out swinging, and you say, if I'm going to get knocked out, I'm going to get knocked out as me, which means putting your face mask on somebody else. And this is the other part, too. Mike McCarthy, this is his first adversity as a play caller. This is his first time having to play a team or being in a situation where our defense isn't dominating, we aren't getting short fields, we aren't scoring points ourselves. Go do something. And Dak Prescott, if you know who you guys are, you be the leader that gets y'all to the championship. You be the leader that changes things. This can be a wake-up call for the Dallas Cowboys, but only if they learn lessons. If not, they're in trouble.
We talked about this last week, right? Everyone's been lauding the Dallas Cowboys on defense. All they got is ferocious pass rush. Well, you know what neutralizes a ferocious pass rush? You punch somebody in the damn mouth. And that's exactly what the Arizona Cardinals did to the Dallas Cowboys on defense. It's hard for Micah Parsons to go off when you've got 300-pounders leaning on you the whole game. And you know what's going to happen? Every other team is going to say, this is what we got to do, because it's a copycat league. Teams are going to look at what the Arizona Cardinals did, and they're going to try to do the exact same thing. Run the damn ball against this Dallas Cowboys defense and don't allow them to tee off on you.
Well, that's the thing. Not everybody's built to do it, right? Coming into this week, I knew the Arizona Cardinals could, because the Arizona Cardinals aren't going to try to do anything else. The Arizona Cardinals know with Joshua Dobbs at quarterback, this is what we are. We have a quarterback that can use his legs. We have a James Conner, you got a tailback in James Conner that's going to get downhill, that's going to play physical, that's going to give us energy. And they did those things. But on top of that, it was, okay, let's see which team tightens up if this game gets close. You know what happens when you're supposed to win a championship? What happens when everybody's saying you're this and you're that and this is finally the year? When the game gets close and you're playing against somebody that's not supposed to get in the game, things tighten up. Right? And I ain't talking about hamstrings and quads.
You're talking about that collar.
Yeah, things tighten up. And when that tightens up, what do? The best of teams fall back on the foundational principle of football, which is physicality. And the Dallas Cowboys did not do that.
Let's give some love to the Cardinals. They're playing hard. No one told them they were supposed to be tanking their season away, so let's give them credit. But the reality of it is this. If the Cardinals can lean on the Cowboys, you're saying not everyone can do that. I'm with you. But name me two teams who absolutely can.
Well, how about Philadelphia, the first team?
And San Francisco, right?
And
Absolutely.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Both those teams are physical, and they're looking at this going, they're still the same old Cowboys. Like, that's it. Last year, we saw Philly just beat the heck out of them by doing exactly that. Can their quarterback run?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Is he part of the running game? Yeah, I think so. Is that offensive line going to be like, come on, we're going to move you off this line of scrimmage just like we always do.
Right.
And so, to me, that's it. So, and let's face it, this injury is devastating to Dallas. Trayvon Diggs' injury
Tell me why.
Absolutely devastating to him, because they can't play all that man coverage they want. They started to play the first 2 weeks of the season. All right, so to me, it's a different defense now. You don't have the two lockdown corners anymore, and so they got to make the adjustment. Dan Quinn has to make some adjustments.
Big picture.
Well, the big picture is this, right? Everybody's going to come on here and they're going to say, or they're going to listen to us and go, it's only one game. Well, it's actually not one game, because when you're the Dallas Cowboys, it's about how do we win a Super Bowl. We're not talking about this team as a playoff contender. We're not talking about this team as an NFC East champion. The reason that you bring up San Francisco and the Philadelphia Eagles is because in order to be everything they're supposed to be, those are the teams they have to beat. And you know how the league works, D. Wood. When I start watching this film, because at some point I'm going to have to play the Arizona Cardinals. And when I'm watching the Arizona Cardinals play against the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going, this it?
Yeah.
Right? Like this is your king?
Yeah.
Right? This is who you're bringing out to play against us. And if you're San Francisco and if you're the Philadelphia Eagles, for 2 weeks you thought, okay, it's 3 of us in this race. Right now, you're feeling really good that the Dallas Cowboys may not be a part of that if they don't make changes.
One thing I want to say about if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, you got red zone problems, right? That's what we've seen this year, red zone problems.
Yeah.
McCarthy's done a good job up until the red zone. Whatever happened to Dak Prescott as a runner, that's where he needs to show up, is in the red zone. He had 2 opportunities to run for a touchdown. Go! Like, I don't see it anymore. That kid, when he first came in the league, he was a dual threat the way a Josh Allen is, the way, Jalen Hurts is. Why the hell he doesn't do that anymore is beyond me. That's how you can, because you know why? We don't have an answer. Numbers
It's hard to account for a running quarterback down there. Yeah.
In the red zone, you see their numbers have fallen off consistently every week.
But and I, last week, doubled down on the fact that I believe Dak Prescott is a good enough quarterback to win a Super Bowl. And you don't win a Super Bowl in spite of Dak Prescott. I believe Dak Prescott is good enough to help you win a Super Bowl, to be a reason you win the Super Bowl. Not like that. Right? Not playing that way in the red zone. Not playing that way in the red zone for 3 weeks. Everybody's going to look at it as it's just yesterday. But this has been a story that has been building. This is a narrative that they're creating because of a lack of execution. And yes, he's protected the football because he hasn't had to put it in harm's way. We get the drop last week from Sauce Gardner. This time, you have an opportunity to elevate your team. They're not asking Dak to elevate his team every single week. They're not asking you to elevate your team every single series. We know we could go out and try to depend on Micah Parsons and his defense at least before Trayvon Diggs went down. Dak Prescott, it is time, right? It is time for you to answer the bell, and you don't have to do it every time. But when we're standing, here's the feeling I want. Right, here's the feeling I would have with Ben Roethlisberger. There was weeks that you was playing Tom Brady and you was like, you know what? We're not going to win that. We're not going to win that battle today. If I'm a defense and I'm playing against Joshua Dobbs, no disrespect, a guy that's traded in training camp is named the starter. He's showing that he's a good player. I feel like my dude is better than their dude. And if I can't get it going, you're so much better than their guy is at the best position in football. You're supposed to do it. You're supposed to fix it. And you were there. You were there where quarterback execution matters more than anything, where synergy between offensive coordinator and head coach and play caller and quarterback matters more than anything. And you failed.
Yeah.
You failed. And so the conversation shouldn't be, you guys put us here. The conversation should be, I failed. If he starts with, I failed, if Michael Parsons starts with, we failed, it's a different thing going forward in that locker room.
Absolutely.
Everybody understands we got to be better.
But Dak usually is the guy that talks about that. And he's got to get back to it because you know what, Dak? But he should, I'm telling you, if he becomes the guy he used to be and use his legs more in the red zone, watch what happens to those numbers.
They'll say this. The one thing he said that was thoroughly wrong was when he said, oh, the media, you know, they're going to love the fact that we lost it. We hate it when the Cowboys lose. There's nothing in it. With one exception, there was one man in the media who did love yesterday's result. I give you Stephen A. Smith.
They're just the gift that keeps on giving, you know? They're just the gift. They're just the gift that keeps on giving. I keep trying to tell y'all. You don't want to listen. Cowboys best team in the NFL. Cowboys best team in the NFL. I'm telling you, Stephen, Cowboys the best team in the NFL. They didn't even lose to an Eagle. They lost to a Cardinal.
D-Wood. Very quickly, and I got other games I want to get to here. Last week, after they pummeled the Jets, we were saying, how do you beat this defense? Obviously, the loss of Trayvon Diggs is big, but you said you can't go around them. You got to go through them.
You got to go through
That's
them.
what they did.
You got to go through this Dallas Cowboys defense. They had so much athleticism, so much speed. You know how you negate speed? Power. You smack them in the mouth, and that's exactly what the Arizona Cardinals did.
So if the question is, was it a bad day or a bad sign for the Dallas Cowboys? Maybe, just maybe, the answer is both.